vlog family. We're home now. We went out. The main reason we went out and about today was because we had to get some tahini so we can make some hummus. And while we were there, we picked up some coconut milk because we used that for some meals. And then we wandered into Home Depot, as you saw, because we had to return some spray paint. And then we wanted to look at some stuff for a project we're thinking of doing. And then we wandered into Goodwill because we just like walking around Goodwill. Found a couple books, found a movie. And we also stopped at the Red Box because we picked up Christopher Robin, the new like Winnie the Pooh movie that came out. So we want to see that because we haven't seen that yet. But now we are getting ready to have some lunch, and I am going to be making myself some peanut butter and jelly and ramen. It is currently 10:38 on December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, and Dan and I are partying heartily by watching college football, sipping tea, and updating our budget.
Reading a book.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry. Dan is also reading a book. We made bourbon chicken for supper ttonight, and it was very good. We had made it once before, and Dan liked it, but I wasn't super, like, happy with the outcome. I didn't, like, it wasn't great. So Dan was cool with trying a different recipe, so he found another one that he was like, yeah, I want to give this one a try, so we tried it, and it was amazing. So that might be a recipe we hang on to. He said it's getting closer to what he wants it to be, so we might tweak it a little bit more, we might keep looking, but the one that we had tonight was pretty good, so that was really fun. I finished filming, I didn't finish filming it, I fully filmed it, and edited it, and scheduled it. The video that went live this Wednesday, which was spending the entire month of December learning Braille, and I had a lot of fun doing that and learning that, and I'm going to continue with trying to learn the basics or relearn languages every single month and see how long I can keep up with it. And I would really like to be able to do it every single month this year, so by the end of 2019 I can say I know like the basics of 12 or 13 different languages, and I think that would be really, really cool. So January, tomorrow, I'm going to start with German, and I've learned some of German already. Like, if you guys have watched these vlogs, you know that I've tried learning German for a while. But, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that one, and I'm basically going to dedicate 30 minutes at least every single day to learning and studying. So I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to be buying, like, books and everything like I did for the Braille, because learning German is different than learning Braille. So, I have like apps and things that I'm going to use. We have a couple of books that are in German that are like children's books, so I'm going to try to read those and familiarize myself with those. I might actually look to see if there's any audiobooks I can get in German so that I'm sort of learning that way as well. I'll see, but that's something that I want to try to do that I'm very excited about. Hello everybody and Happy New Year! It is January 1st, 2019. That was my New Year dance. Dan and I have been out and about and running different, like, not needed errands, but kind of like we want to go to these places and look at these things to get ideas for stuff errands. So we've done that. We've ran today, ran another mile nonstop, which I was very proud of myself for. It was very difficult, but it is a gorgeous day outside. It is really, really nice. The heat, we have not had the heat on for the past like 2 weeks. That last clip cut off because my storage is full on my phone, so I just had to go delete a bunch of things. But that little problem is going to be fixed real soon because one of the little trips that we made today was going to the Verizon store to see how much a new phone would be. So I've got all of that figured out, we have it budgeted, and one of the days this week I'm going and getting a new phone, meaning hopefully these vlogs are going to be a little clearer and you'll be able to see me a little better and it'll be a little higher quality, which would be great. But basically what I was saying after the camera cut off on me was that I think I'm going to go ahead and work on getting all of the Christmas decorations put away because I don't really have anything else to do right now, and that's one of the things that needs to be done. So that's what I'm going to work on. Alright, I am getting ready. We went to the Verizon store and I got my new iPhone and I'm getting ready to set it all up. So this is probably going to be the very last clip you see on this phone. So let's see what the difference is. Any better? Look at this camera. Like, it's wider, you can see more in it, so I don't think I actually have to hold my arm as far back as I used to, but look how clear everything is. I love this. So Dan and I have been busy making cookies. We made a ton of peanut butter cookies. You can see we had some Reese's that we put on top and they're all like super melty, which is fine because they're gonna taste amazing once it's all hardened. And then we have this like massive shelf of cookies. Like, that's a beautiful sight right there. That's beautiful. And then Jacques is hanging out over there and he is just filled to the brim with cookies as well. But I think we're just going to do some miscellaneous things for now because we're gonna get started on supper pretty soon. It's only 10 after 5, so I was like ready to jump into it and Dan was like, it's still really early. So probably gonna wait a little bit, but we are making baked mac and cheese for dinner, which is delicious. And we're trying to put this time some fresh Asiago cheese on top. Some like shredded Asiago cheese, and gonna see how that goes because I think it's gonna be pretty good. I love this camera. Hello vlog family, it is Friday evening now and I have not hardly vlogged much of anything this week. We're currently working on supper. We have water going for rice and we have our salmon over here. We are having jerk salmon, so this is like a jerk seasoning on top of it. And we've not had that in a very long time, so I'm excited to have that. And it's one of Dan's favorite ways to eat fish because it's spicy. So we're getting that going, and then we have salads all cut up and ready to go for that. It's just very, very simple, but it's our fish for the week, so that's good. Hello everybody! It is Saturday now, and I'm currently working on making some potato soup. I know yesterday I showed you the like beginnings of our jerk salmon, and then I never showed you like what the final result looked like, and that's because I forgot. So I'm going to hopefully try to remember to show you what the soup looks like. I currently over on the stove over there, you can't actually see it, but it's right there. I have some onion and garlic and thyme warming up and cooking up. And I'm cutting up potatoes currently, and I'm gonna pop those in a few minutes. But I am exhausted. So I went running today for the first time by myself. And when I started running, I immediately started running faster than what I should have, and as a result, completely winded myself instantly. So I ended up walking the majority of the mile when I'd been doing so well in the past like 4 times we had ran. I was able to run the whole mile, and I did not pace myself well at all this time. So I was a little frustrated at myself with that, but I'm learning still. But just ever since I got home, I've just been so tired. And Dan gets home at 7-ish, and I'm seriously considering asking him to make me some coffee because I'm very, very tired. And I mean, I could just make myself coffee, but it's one of those things where it always tastes better when somebody else makes it. This is what the onions and peppers look like. And I have you on the front-facing camera so I can actually see myself in the screen as I'm talking to you. And it's strange because I can barely see the camera right there. So I'm like forcing myself to look there and not at myself in the screen right there. So yeah, bear with me there. So that's what I'm working on. I still need to edit this vlog. I haven't done that this week either. It's been very, very busy. Some of the videos that I'm thinking of doing in 2019 are actually series type videos, meaning I'm going to be making multiple videos on a similar topic. And one of them is I'm going to try to make a food dish for every state in the United States. So that's 50 different states. So that's 50 different food dishes. And my original plan was to do this where it was just one video at the very end of the year. And Dan was talking with me about it, and he was like, you know, you're not going to be able to devote any attention to any of the videos, because even if I devote 1 minute to every meal or food that I cooked, that would be an hour-long video almost. So I've decided I'm going to break it up, so each video that I make will have 5 states in it. That way I have up to 5 minutes per video that I can dedicate, because I really don't make videos that are longer than 30 minutes. So that would give me 25 minutes plus if I did like an intro, outro, plus, I mean, and that would be only if I took all 5 minutes for all 5 states. And so that means I'd be making 10 videos like that. So that is one of the videos that I'm doing as a sort of, like a series on my channel this year. The other one that I'm doing is going to be, I'm trying to tackle learning a different language every single month. And I know by no means that I'm going to become fluent in any of these languages, but to know the basics and to know a decent amount of just your basic vocabulary, and to get a better idea of like the sentence structure and the grammar of the language and the alphabet, if it turns out to be a language that I need to learn different alphabet characters for. And so I'm also working on doing that. Ooh, look at that. That looks delicious. It's not done yet. I want this to simmer for a few minutes, and then I need to add, there's a half and half mixture over there, and then I have my salt and pepper owls guarding the knife. That's kind of a creepy sight, honestly, that I'm gonna add. So like I said, this month is German, and I'm wanting to keep up with this every single month. So the first through whatever the last day of the month is for every single month, I'm going to be spending 30 minutes studying a different language. And I already have a couple ideas of what some of the other languages are. Like one of them I want to be Hebrew, which is, or Hebrew or Greek, or maybe both, because those are the languages Dan is learning for school. And so I'd be able to learn them with him for 30 minutes every day. Another language I want to learn is, you know, your basics that are really popular, like Spanish, like French, things like that. And the other not so popular languages like Burmese or Hawaiian, I think would be really cool to know. So those are just kind of the things that are going on in the back of my head. So with all of that being said, that was a very long explanation. Basically, a lot of my time this week has been spent up organizing all of that and figuring out, okay, I'm doing these videos. That seals a lot of videos from this year that I have to plan, but it's really daunting looking at it and thinking about it. It's like, that's a lot of work, and it's a little scary. And so tonight is going to be just a relaxing night, because tomorrow and Sunday are going to be intense video days. All right, there is the finished product. There's the cup of coffee that Dan so graciously made. There's Dan. It's a beautiful face. And there is there is the loaded potato soup. Yeah, there's all the potatoes in there, goodness. And we have reheated flow rolls that I have some is it Monterey? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Monterey. Just kind of warming in there. And then we have ham that we'll use for that as well. It's time to dig in.